I, 19M, was taken advantage of by my flatmate and I don't know how to tell my GF. I have this flatmate in my uni halls who for a while now has been sending me either flirty messages or straight up asking me to have sex with her. She'd sent me nudes and I immediately told my GF. I basically ignored my flatmate's messages and even blocked her after she had sent the nudes. This all blew over and I thought she'd given up. Then I was asked by my mate to go to a party in my FLQT and I knew my flatmate would be there, so I begged my GF to come with me just so that the flatmate would leave me alone. However, my GF was tired, so I went by myself. Straight away the flatmate started making advances and I'd rejected all of them and at one point snapped. At one point in the night we played some drinking game and I ended up getting fucked and sleeping on the couch. I don't remember the rest of the night, but my mate told me that my flatmate was kissing me and was trying to lead me back to her room. Apparently as she was leading me back to her room I was trying to ask everyone to come with me. Luckily we didn't have sex as I gained enough consciousness as she was trying to tell her to fuck off, but I'm pretty sure she still did stuff. Anyway, I don't know how to explain this to my GF. I've been feeling shit about it for ages. I can't tell if it's cheating because I got so drunk or that she fully took advantage of me. Any advice would be great. You were assaulted. You were not sober enough to consent to anything. It's not cheating, not at all. I need you to prepare for the fact that your girlfriend may not view or accept this as assault, even though it is, and it may complicate or even end your relationship. I'm not trying to say you shouldn't tell her, because ultimately if she won't support you, you don't want her in your life anyway. I just think it's important to say that it might not be all the roses and support it should be, so you can be mentally prepared if it goes this way. Emotions are raw in these situations, and men rarely get the benefit of the doubt historically when they claim assault by a female, especially from partners and society. There is still great stigma that a man cannot be raped that is alive and well out there. You were sexually assaulted. Press charges. Tell your GF right away, and I hope she can see through something that was not your fault. She's a dirty rapist. You said no. Everything about your body language said no. There is no way how you could have acted said yes. She knew you have a GF but still did it. She sexually assaulted you. You didn't cheat. None of this is your fault. I hope you're doing alright, man. You need to report this to your firm supervisor or even to the police. I'm a F and I have always been told that I say no it means no. So if your flatmate did anything to you after you said no, it was and is assault. As to telling your GF, I suggest you bring her with you when you report it, but turn her ahead if time she might hearing something upsetting. I think if you told her as you reported it she might believe you more. This is not taken advantage of or any of that crap. This is sexual assault or even attempted rape/rape. For fuck's sake, if a man did this to a woman, what would it be called? Get away from this double standard bullshit. Lost my personality after emotionally abusive relationship. I, 25M, was in a relationship for 6.5 years and the majority of those years I was miserable in my relationship. She wouldn't let me spend time with friends, and I often felt silenced because she would make fun of things I say or berate me for things she didn't like. Before we were dating, I made friends easily and I had a very close group of friends. Now, I lost a lot of those friends and I find that I have crazy anxiety in social situations. Is this something that other people have experienced or something that will get better? Wanted to chime in that yes, it's normal, and yes, therapy helps a lot. I was fortunate to have been able to access a therapist who specializes in relationships and addiction, ex's issues, not mine, and helped me understand more about what had happened over the past 7 years. She recommended books and I read them. She also suggested, as homework after a session, that I hang one picture or piece of art on the wall. I hadn't ever decorated the place I had lived in for 3 years because I kept expecting my ex to move in or to have to move out to be with them. My personality and life was not on display anywhere in my home. The walls were the same bare grey and beige they'd been when I moved in. I ended up repainting the entire house and now it's predominantly pink, blue, green and charcoal. Over a period of a few years I also got rid of anything they'd given me or that reminded me of them. It also helped that I lost some weight, started exercising and caring about my health, stopped relying on coping mechanisms and escapism to feel okay, practiced better sleep hygiene, and got a pet. Having regular routine and keeping yourself in decent physical health is important when you're trying to rebuild your mind and relearn socializing. I started meeting new people through trying different sports and actively looking for local events that interested me. Try and talk to as many new people as possible. My advice is to avoid dating unless you've invested a good solid amount of time, like maybe regular bi-weekly appointments for at least a few months, and have started a new hobby or volunteer gig. You need to remember what it feels like to feel good about yourself. I wouldn't try to have a healthy relationship when you're still accustomed to feeling like shit and being treated like shit, because you'll end up linking up with someone new who is just going to take advantage of that. I came out of a relationship very much like you described, and I'm the same way. Will it change? I don't know, but whatever may come, I hope you find happiness and peace. I know exactly how you feel. I was in a similar position for 9 years. I'm almost 3.5 years out from that now, and I can tell you it does get easier, and before long you'll feel more of yourself returning. I'm glad you're getting better. Smile. Yes, this is common when you leave an abusive partner. It gets better, but it helps if you get into therapy. Practicing mindfulness and focusing on you/making new friends will help too. /abusive relationships might also help. Glad you got out and hang in there. It does get better. Don't let anyone treat you that way again. It's been a little over a year now, and I still feel like my mind is just a blank slate when I'm trying to make conversation. So frustrating. Should probably try therapy, I just never have pulled the trigger. My boyfriend, 24M, asked his friend, 24M, to follow me, 18F, while I was dealing with family emergencies, and I don't know how to respond to this. In the past month alone, my family has been going through a lot health-wise. We all don't have the best health since we each have medical conditions, but it's lately meant more trips to the hospital. My father had an incident at work since he works as a chef, and somebody left something unsteady hanging from the shelves which fell on him, and he fell down as a result and got injured, then went to the hospital. Meanwhile, my mother has been having problems with her high blood pressure and has had to go back to the doctors a few times after one ER trip. My sister has been having cardiac problems for over a year now, and while at work her blood pressure went really high while she had chest pain, and she is currently seeing a cardiologist after her 4th emergency room visit. Oh, I know that's a lot to think about, but this all happened within the past month, and I've been trying to help my family with it. I live at my university dorm, and now I have to balance homework with my part-time job while driving over to see them. I've also let him know, since we've been dating for 3 months, that I was currently handling family emergencies and issues. This understandably has caused some tensions in our relationship because now I have lesser time. However, my sister with the cardiac problems has also been struggling with her depression, and expressed some suicidal thoughts and more. She asked me not to tell anybody else besides our only few family members of her situation, because she didn't want anyone to know. I've been accompanying her to the therapist and such, and on behalf of her wishes I respected that and didn't tell anybody. Only when people, non-family, asked what I was doing or where I was, I'd just say I was with my sister going to see medical doctors, which wasn't false since we went to therapists and mental health counselors. My boyfriend didn't believe it, and I wish I could have told him, but since he got so suspicious that I seemed to be distant, only because I've been worried about my family, he asked his friend to check on me. I found out when he confronted me one day, cause his friend that tried to follow me for 2 or 3 days so they could know what I was up to. So if I was at university he would be there, and weirdly enough he'd wrote down every location and times of where I was at, and trying to see what I do. He asked me why I was going to the therapists or mental health clinics or counselors, because he provided his friend with my basic information such as the school I go to, when and where I work, and stuff like that. I felt like my privacy boundaries are being overstepped because I already explained it was family emergencies, and he knows that their health isn't the best. And his justification for doing that was he said he thought I was doing something sketchy and being secretive, or worse possibly cheating, which he thought was the reason I didn't want to have sex with him yet, which is my first relationship and would be first time. Now I just asked for a break, because I feel upset that he didn't have any trust in me. I get it might have seemed off, but I didn't provide any other reasons while trying to help my family and respect their wishes for their private information to stay like that. His friend reassured me that my boyfriend was only trying to look out for me since he didn't know exactly what I was up to, and that it's his way of showing that he cares for me. I don't know what to say back to this, because I feel like I could have talked with him about this after I consulted with my family. Oh no, nope, get out of this relationship. That's psychotic. I know I'm being a tad dramatic, but your boyfriend was not doing this out of concern. He does not trust you. He had his friend stalk you. Turn this break into a permanent breakup. Run run run, triangular flag on post, 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 triangular flag on post. Your boyfriend and his friends are nuts, creepy, stalking weirdos. You are dating him for 3 months and this is how he acts. Don't the friend's bullshit line of he was worried, this abnormal scary behavior. Your response got his by realizing you are dating a controlling abusive asshole that is dangerous. There's a reason that a 24-year-old man is dating an 18-year-old girl. Control. You need to be careful how you dump him. This could turn nasty. Lots of advice in the thread about keeping safe, and please for the love of God make sure you've got CCTV and you aren't out alone anywhere for a while, particularly after dark. Not give warnings about calling the police. You just call the police. No warning, no messing. This is one of the most dangerous and scary things I've read on this sub for a while. That's crazy stalker shit and a hard pass. No, that's not for your protection, it's for his crazy psycho self. 3 moss in and he's pulling this shit? Nope. GTFO. If he thought you were doing something sketchy or cheating, he should have just broken up with you, not gotten a friend of his to stalk you. This is disgusting, to be honest. You need to leave him. He is not a good partner or person. Also consider reach out to authorities for a restraining order, or at least to hear about the options available.